Hi guys, I'm Ange. I'm the creator of Harlowe Green, and I'm going to try and do a video today for my sustainable living story. So if you've been following along with our account, you will know that I do a sustainable living story every Friday, and I've saved them all on my Instagram highlights, and it's basically just information about how you can make swaps to live in a more sustainable manner. So I thought I'd try a video. Let me know how it goes. Today I'm going to be talking to you about some swaps you can make with teeth, and this is our bathroom. If you haven't met me before, I know there's a lot of new followers. It's me and my husband that live here, and then also we have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So this is coming from the perspective of a rural family, country family, trying to make more sustainable swaps. So not like some super zero waste, city, very accessible type of situation where you're super minimal with everything. It's not about being perfect. So this is how we have our setup. So down here we have there's our Cheeks Ahoy. This is our Kleenexes, and then this is sort of our really messy toothbrushing setup. We used to have a glass container, but as any parents of toddlers know, how that goes with tile floor. So we got these from Onyx. That's just for rinsing, and then you'd think I would clean before this, eh? Our bamboo toothbrushes. So these are the boys. Obviously they're like pretty hard on them. You can tell like there's a lot of toothpaste in there. But you might be wondering, like, and you're all about the Canadian stuff, but bamboo doesn't grow in Canada. It's not a Canadian product. And that's true. But bamboo is one of the best sustainable resources for replacing plastic because it's so durable and it can be composted after. So it can replace a lot of plastic things, and it's antibacterial as well. So that's a positive. And our toothbrushes do come from a Canadian company, Be Kind. I know they're all black. We just my oldest son likes orange, and we put a nail polish dot, and they're fine with it. You might notice that these ones are not from Be Kind. These are us using up stuff that we had before we replace it with something new. So super zero waste way to live is to just use up everything that you have before you just replace it and go get something new. So Brush Naked is also another good Canadian company. We got those at Unwrapped in Lindsay. And something you need to watch out for these guys, they can be a topic of greenwashing because the bristles are not always compostable. So that might just be a bunch of microplastics. So you're wondering, like, does a toothbrush really make a difference? Like, think of how many toothbrushes you've thrown away over the years. They break up into tiny bits, all their bristles fall off, and they last for like hundreds of years, so longer than you're going to be alive. So you think like one toothbrush can't make a difference? Like, it so can. So even if you don't have a composter at home, maybe I'll let you guys see my face when I'm talking. Even if you don't have a means of composting it, it's still going to break down at the dump better than a plastic something would. So that's to keep in mind. That's a really easy swap too. It's not a huge investment to be able to do that. And I also want to point out, this is my husband's toothpaste. I don't believe in making swaps that you cannot maintain. So please take that away from this video as well. He cannot find toothpaste for his teeth that comes in a zero waste format, and so he doesn't do that. Obviously a plastic tube is not the best, and not a lot of people take the step to clean it out, but we're working on that. We have like a little compost container right beside our toilet that we put stuff in that we need to process before throwing out. And then my son's toothpaste is also in a plastic tube, but I think I'm going to show you what I found for a replacement for that. So please take that away from this as well, that you shouldn't be making a swap that just doesn't make sense for you. And if you have like a toothpaste that does come in a zero waste format, let me know. So up here, I put everything up here for you guys to see. I'm going on my second bottle of this now. This mouthwash is amazing. Birch Babe is made in our local community, and this is something that's refillable. So if I can get enough people interested in our mouthwash, then that's something that I'll be offering soon too. So you might think, like, what's wrong with that toothpaste tube, Ange? Like, it's really not that much plastic. But just think of how many toothpaste tubes are ending up in the dump every year. Problem with recycling is a lot of our personal care products, we don't clean it out before we recycle it, so that can contaminate a whole load of recycling, and then that's all just garbage. And what we're not realizing in Canada is that when we throw it in the recycling, only 9% of that is actually getting recycled and made into new things when we're talking about plastic. So we don't actually necessarily see the effects where we live because we don't dump our own garbage in our own backyard. It's being sent elsewhere. And I think we're all becoming more aware of that impact. So something that you can do to switch away from like just something simple like your toothpaste tube is to tooth powders or tooth tablets. So I started this journey with this tooth powder. Tried to make the lid easy to take off, from the Willow Spark, and it's got charcoal in it. It's for teeth whitening, and you're like, what? Why are we doing this? So regular toothpaste has a lot of water content in it, so it has a really high carbon footprint because it's super heavy to ship around and move around, and it's really hard to refill. And I haven't been able to find like a toothpaste tube that you can refill with liquid toothpaste that's going to be durable and last very long. So this is a good way that we can refill it, so we're not replacing the packaging all the time, and it doesn't have that water content. It's really light. So a lot of tooth powders have baking soda in it. That's something to keep in mind. When I was growing up, if we ran out of toothpaste, we actually had to brush our teeth with baking soda. My mom was like a hardcore farm mom lady, and she had 5 kids. So that's what we had to do, and this is similar to that experience, and I actually really did like it. It's more abrasive on your teeth, so this is a little bit better. It definitely has a few more ingredients, but basically what you do is you get your toothbrush wet, and then you dip it in there, and then you brush your teeth. And you're like, holy Ange, this is gonna make a huge mess. It does make a mess the first few times you try it, but you will figure it out. Like the first time I put so much in my mouth that yeah, it was a massive mess. But I use this a couple times a week because it's good for whitening. Whoops, that's what I use the rest of the week. And then Birch Babe also has some tooth powders. So this one Debbie gave me the last time I was there. Debbie is fantastic, and she's always giving me things to try and just helping me on my journey. And this one's Birthday Cake, and it's white. So it's definitely not as messy as something with charcoal in it, but it's not going to give you that whitening experience. But this is perfect for like a kid swab. So I definitely like to have the mint in my tooth powder. So that's why I go with these guys, and I'll talk about those. But this I'm going to try with my boys because I feel like they're going to love it. And it's definitely not as messy. So I know that's like a refillable thing that Birch Babe also offers, and I know she has other flavors, so she does have mint. So this is what I have at Harlowe Green. So you can buy the actual packaging. So I have Crush and Brush. This is the mint, which is what's in here. And then there's one that has charcoal in it as well. So it's not quite as dark as the tooth powder, but it does have charcoal in it, so it assists with that whitening. And charcoal is just amazing. It has so many properties in it. So it's not just merely for whitening. Very good for your mouth as well. So this is what I have. So to explain this, so you can buy this little container. I have these guys for doing my deodorant refills or the tablet refills, or if you just want to try something. And if you like the no label look, like very minimal sort of look is what I go for. So you could get it in this, and then afterwards you can just get a paper bag refilled with the same amount. So this is like 50 grams, or you could get more than that, and then you just put it in your little thing, and all you had was that paper bag to compost. So that's a really good way to sort of decrease the packaging. And then you have no recycling to deal with. If you live where we live, we have to deal with it and take it to the dump. So that's another positive. So a toothpaste tablet, it's basically, I'd say there's like 60 tablets in a container this size, like a 2-ounce container. That's 60 tablets, and it would be $9 for the refill. So these guys, you're still paying for the package as well each time you buy it, but if you buy the refill, you're saving like $4 or something. So what you do is you take this little tablet. My brother-in-law actually bought these to give to his friends as mints. I actually didn't follow up with him to see how that went, but he's a pretty practical little joker. So they do look like a mint, they smell like a mint. All you need to do is crush this between your teeth, and like the first time you do it, you're only going to crush it in half, and then you're going to have all these clumps in your mouth. But after you do it a couple of times, you'll figure it out. It's really not that hard. We can do it. So you crush it between your teeth, you get your toothbrush wet, and then you brush your teeth. And that's how you can really save packaging. This is also a Canadian company, so you're supporting a Canadian company. It's a small business. You'd be supporting my small business within our own community, and you can refill it, which is like, this is just how hopefully everything is going to be in the future, to really decrease our plastic waste. So there's no plastic involved with this, and you're still getting like the same benefits of a great toothbrushing experience. So that's everything that I want to cover in today's sustainability story. I'm going to try and save this to my highlights, and you can check out some more on there as well. While I'm on here, just want to remind everybody that tomorrow is the Homegrown Frontenac Festival. So it's a pre-order event. You need to order from all the vendors the day before, because we're dropping it off and then you're just coming to pick it up. So when you come pick it up, you can get supper, there's live music, and it's a great way to support some local companies and really get to know what's out there. Also on Saturday, I'm going to have my last shop hours for sort of the summer season in Harlowe. So I'm open at 9 and I'm closed at 1. My little boys are going to be running around here as well. So that's always fun. But I can do some refills, and then after that, I'm going to be trying to do things by appointment. So please let me know how you liked this video. I like to just go through my stories secretly without my kids finding out, so I like it without sound. But let me know, and I can keep going from there. I'm going to clean this mirror now. Oh my God, turn off.